to everyone for our third symposium hosted by Navtika and convened by Salvan Education Trust. Today, we, as we gather together as a community of progressive educators united by a common purpose and shared passion, we welcome you to a place where conversations are nurtured, ideas are groomed, and bonds formed. Salvan Education Trust, established in the year 1941, envisages the holistic growth of everyone, encompassing the educational dimension and thereby extending to every sphere of the section of society. To realize the very essence of the trust philosophy, to spread the light of knowledge and understanding and empower the educators of the 21st century, an initiative was taken by the trust to publish Navtika, a journal on early childhood care and education. Navtika, since its launch in 2007, explores the latest principles and practices relevant to learning and development in the early years. It offers perspective insights of parents, educators, and experts on new approaches to education. Each issue deals with a unique aspect of foundational education. The articles are written by national, international educationists who share their innovative practices, experiences, and research work. The journal has a parent corner wherein the parents share their views and learnings about growth and development in the early years. Teachers share their experiences and innovative ideas in the Teachers' Corner section. The journal also features book reviews, parenting tips, and other features pertinent to the field of early childhood education. I congratulate and once again welcome you for joining us today to embark on a critical dialogue about the future of education. As a fellow advocate for progress, a believer in the transformative power of learning, and a torchbearer for the enlightenment that education provides, I'm a proponent of the notion that every mind holds the potential for greatness, and am committed to unlocking the potential through power of personalized education. In a world that celebrates diversity and individuality, it is paramount that our educational systems reflect these values. As a leading educational institution, we at Salvan are committed to pioneering this paradigm shift. We are embracing technology that allows us to design personalized curricula, harness data to monitor student progress, and train our educators to become facilitators of learning individual on their individual paths. In a world driven by AI, educators will have to become the linchpins in this transformative process. As we are empowering ourselves to become facilitators of learning rather than mere dispensers of knowledge. As we stand at the precipice of change, let us embark that the goal of education is not just to fill minds with facts, but to ignite the spark of curiosity, nurture the seed of potential, and cultivate the fruit of wisdom. Together, let us tailor education for every learner and chart a course towards the future where every student not only succeeds but thrives. Join us on this exciting journey as we explore the frontiers of educational innovation and redefine the future of learning. Let us commence the Navtika Symposium 3.0 Navigating Artificial Intelligence in Early Childhood Education.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Priyanka Barara, for beginning this symposium. And this is Rashi Oberoi, the project coordinator for Navtika. As we start this symposium, I would like to welcome once again all our viewers. And I would like to tell you the chat will be open. So you, as in how you hear our speakers and our keynote experts, please post your chats in the chat box, and we will be also posting a quiz for all our viewers. And there are certificates at the end of it. So the takeaway is a lot of learning and a lot of certificate and quiz winning opportunities. And I will keep repeating this so that your mind remains triggered. So yes, human-driven artificial intelligence. For this symposium, I take great pleasure in inviting our first keynote speaker, Dr. Jagendra Singh. Dr. Jagendra Singh is an associate professor with the Bennett University. He holds a strong academic background and has previously contributed his expertise to the National Institute of Technology in Calicut, Kerala. Dr. Singh brings over 15 years of dedicated experience in academia and research. He has earned his doctorate in computer science and engineering from the Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. Dr. Singh's commitment to advancing knowledge is evident through his impressions and his impressive track record. Dr. Jagendra Singh, please.
Thank you very much. So, esteemed educator, parents, and distinguished guests, good afternoon. Thank you very much, Salwan team, giving me such a wonderful opportunity in Navtika Symposium. So, I'm truly honored today to discuss the topic of great significance and the promises navigating artificial intelligence in early childhood education. So, as we embark on the journey, so let's recognize the transformative power that the technology, especially artificial intelligence, that we call AI, holds in shaping future of education, particularly in crucial early childhood years. So I'm going to discuss some important role of artificial intelligence in early childhood education. So the first important role of AI in early childhood education is early interactive AI tools. So there are so many tools. So I will discuss few of them. So that will really help early childhood education, shaping them and putting them in the good direction, especially for the future. So by using this early interactive AI tools, so the capability of artificial intelligence, educators, parents can identify learning difficulties as early early stage of the like education. So these tools analyze vast amount of data related to a child learning progress, behavior, interactions, and insights that may go unnoticed by the traditional methods. So this early detection helps educators and parents to take action promptly, providing support to address specific needs for the uh, children, especially in the early age. So one tool that I will discuss, I will take few names. So I rarely see the use of these styles in our education system. So like Kinderly that is one of the tool. So basically, what kind of facility this tool provides to us? It is a kind of AI powered early childhood assessment tool. So especially to identify learning difficulties and the development challenges. So it uses data analytics that is again related to the artificial intelligence techniques, so to analyze a child activities, so interactions and progress within the platforms. So what kind of like attributes and features it provide to our child. So real-time progress tracking is possible. This kind of AI techniques. So behavioral analysis for early detections. So it obviously it is very beneficial for our child if we timely recognize their behavior. If there is any like problem in that, so we easily can identify and can mitigate that issue. Next, personalized recommendations for targeted support. So we will once identify what the issue there is, so we can target, we can like recommend a particular solution for that. Next, user-friendly interface for both educators and parents. This tool provides. So one more tool is there, especially for this early interacting kind of activities. That is Cognova. So Cogno again provides some kind of like specialization in early childhood development assessment. So again, it is an assessment tool. So what kind of things it provide? It provide basically social early detection of social, emotional, and development issues. So regular progress report for parents and educators, customized interventions and support recommendations. So now we can see the significance of artificial intelligence technique in this like direction of early intervention kind of things. So we easily can identify this kind of things if there is any social, emotional, behavioral issues in the student. So AI techniques is helping, especially these techniques are helping our child and can do in the right directions. So next kind of AI application or AI role is engaging learning experience. So through interactive and dynamic content, AI help educational materials to captive young minds, fostering a sense of enjoyment in the learning process. So by adopting to individualized learning style, AI enhance that each child is actively involved, making education a joyful exploration rather than a passive reception of the informations. So what kind of tool, if I'm talking about this technology, so what tools are available in the market? So that basically help our child. So one example can be the Dreambox. So Dreambox is an adaptive learning platforms that play like the important role to create engaging personalized math lessons for a student in early stage of educations. So what the important features and advantage of that technology is? So it can adapt an individualized learning style through AI algorithm, interactive game-like lessons to captive young minds. So these kind of things it will provide. There are many more. I've just, because of less time, so I will speak only few examples of that. Next is what kind of accessibility AI supports. So that is provided by the again by the AI techniques. So like AI can bridge gap in education access by providing resource and learning opportunities to child in remote areas, especially ensuring a more equality distribution of educational benefits. So basically, this kind of one laptop, one child kind of like schemes obviously will give benefit to our students. Now, multimodal learning. So by incorporating visual, audio, and kinetic elements, AI ensure a well-rounded development, educational development for every child. So this personalized approach centered to individualized learning modality. So I will give again two examples of that. That is SmartyPal. That is, so SmartyPal is an AI-driven educational platform. So I'm talking about AI-driven. So AI techniques are also involved in these tools, so that is giving benefit to the early child. So this platform designed for early childhood learnings, incorporating multimodal elements to support various learning styles. So it provides interactive and customized content that engage children through visual, audio, and kinetic expressions. So again, we know there are three kind of technique, that visual, audio, and kinetic that helps our children for learning environment. So what kind of features it will provide? AI adoption based on the individual learning preferences, multimodal games, activities to reinforce educational concept, personalized learning journey for each child, encouraging exploration and understanding through diverse modalities. So there are many more examples. So next, the like AI role can be language development. So AI-driven language tools that help in language development by providing interactive language learning experiences, vocabulary building activities, and pronunciation assistance. So obviously, it is very important role of these techniques, especially in the childhood education. If our children will get the good knowledge, good kind of vocabulary, good kind of assistance through the technology, so that will shape a better future for our students. And if I talk about few more roles, so it can be global learning communities. So AI can facilitate connections between students from different parts of the world, promoting cultural exchange and collaborations, preparing children for global worlds. Next, it can be the like parental involvement also, one of the dimensions in AI that can help our children. So it can provide parents with real-time updates on their child progress, enabling more active involvement in their education and fostering a strong home-school partnership. So there are many more also, but I think the team give me only 7-8 minutes for that. So it is over from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jakendra Singh. And I can see that, we've started on a very positive note. The questions have already started coming in. And our next keynote speaker, I am honored to invite Dr. Sapna Yadav. Dr. Sapna Yadav is the project director of the Entrepreneurship Mindset Curriculum with the State Council of Educational Research and Training, National Capital Territory of Delhi. She is excuse me. She is also the state project director and member secretary of the Diksha program of the National Capital Territory, Delhi, and plays a pioneering role in the capacity building program for teachers. She has more than 11 years of experience in curriculum development, training, and research. Ma'am, we eagerly await your insights.
So thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. So thank you, Dr. Jakendra sir, for initiating, as ma'am said, that it's a wonderful initiation of this Navtika session. And thanks this Alwan Trust for providing me this opportunity to speak about artificial intelligence in early childhood education. And to give this word navigate, because navigate means to map a word, to map basically, or how artificial intelligence can be basically on the focus on how means implementation strategies. And I am sure that upcoming speakers will talk about the artificial intelligence in how we can implement artificial intelligence in early childhood education. How can we introduce, what would be the curriculum and what would be the implementation strategies. But I'm here to emphasize through one question: do we really require artificial intelligence at this young age? Because are not we exposing our kids with too much technology? And if I have time, then I will definitely discuss this, but I'm sure that I know that I don't have so much time. So I'm saying that yes. So I have so many reasons to say yes about this. So before going in so much detail, what, why, how, I think we should understand mostly on why we need artificial intelligence in early childhood education, why we want to expose our kids to this type of technology, means disruptive technologies. So the very first reason is unpredictable future. COVID taught us a very peculiar lesson to that future is unpredictable. We don't know kal kya hoga, kaise hoga. But still, life is going on. So that means we are preparing our students through education system for the unforeseen future, for unpredictable future. We are preparing them for those challenges to find for those solutions, which are those challenges do not exist. World Economic Forum has released a report in which they give they are giving the top 10 skills in the future professionals. In the future professionals means after 15-20 years. Who are those professionals? Students who are in primary classes. So that means we have to prepare, we have to equip our students for those skills, for that unpredictable future. And what are those skills? Leadership, critical thinking, creativity, and the most important thing, digital skills. Still, we have some persons in this stage that who do not who don't know the technology. But can we think about the same thing, same perception after 10, 15 to 20 years? No. We all have to equip ourselves with digital skills. And I'm sure our all primary classes are equipping with digital skills. But what about the artificial intelligence? Because it is an important component of digital skills. It is more than important digital skills. So to be visionary, it is our prime responsibility to equip our students with those skills and right tools so that we can make our future bright. And it is the right time to start this, because that report shows that we need such type of professionals in very upcoming near futures. So why can't we start right now? The second reason is that again I'm asking a question, that are our students unaware of artificial intelligence in their early stage? Because there are so many debates that should we include technology at this early stage or not. As I am head of the department of education technology also, and so there are so many teachers so who are always debating about this, that do we introduce the technology at this early stage or not. But I am in favor that we should include. Again, my question is, are our students unaware of artificial intelligence? No, they are aware. They have robotic tools. They have so many toys in which artificial intelligence is already used. They have Alexa and Siri. They have Google Assistant. So what are those? These are the basically examples of artificial intelligence in our daily life. We have, and the most important thing, which I'm sure each and every child is aware, that is social media. Why I'm saying each and every child? Because they do not have the phone maybe, but their parents have, and their parents phone means their phone, then all parents, obvious, mostly parents, not all, but mostly parents are on social media, and social media is the perfect example of using artificial intelligence. They know what I am thinking, they know that what I am going to search, but they know. And if I am suppose if I am searching about any particular thing, education, my next all feeds on education. So it is artificial intelligence. So I think this is the time that we have to equip our students at the right time, right age, that how to use ethical, safely, wisely use of artificial intelligence. Because they grow up in their age, हम उनको टेक्नोलॉजी से हटा नहीं रहे हैं, ना ही हम उनको कह सकते हैं कि आप पढ़ सकते हैं, बट नाउ दिस इज द टाइम to teach them from since beginning that safe, ethical, and wisely use of artificial intelligence. And the third most foremost reason is that artificial, and also Jagender sir emphasized on that, artificial intelligence helps our students to develop computational, logical, analytical, creative thinking, and cognition education. Let's create a safe, secure environment for our tiny tots so that they may conquer this digital world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sapna. Very, very strong point made. Yes, ethical AI and safe AI. It is so important. And once again, let me remind the viewers, please post your questions in the chat box. And towards the end of our symposium, we will be launching a quiz. And if you score well and you score high, there are certificates awaiting you the other side of this symposium. And while we are making the right noises and asking the right questions, and also discussing the right concerns about artificial intelligence in education, we already have, and I take great pleasure in announcing our next special invitee on this symposium, a teacher who has already made a mark of bringing internet and computer technology into classrooms. I take pride in inviting Ms. Mrunal Ganjale. She's an assistant teacher with ZP School, and she is also the National ICT Awardee from Maharashtra, and a state awardee and a national teacher awardee. Congratulations, ma'am, and it is our pride and great pleasure to have you. So we would love to hear from you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for this wonderful opportunity. So today I wanted to share my school journey in front of you. It's a great place to show our school. I am Mrunal Ganjale, working in government school. My school is in very rural area. It's far from Pune, around 60 kilometers, and it's our Jilha Parishad school. All the parents belongs to the farmer families. Our village is very small, but we have, I think we have to survive the COVID crisis very efficiently. And our school is started only because of, I think, so many ICT tools. So I just share my school success story in front of you. You just, okay, so just a minute. So this is my school, and I think this is our school. It's a very small school, first to fifth grade classes, but all the students have it means they are not very much pretty background from their home, but they have the courage. I think one teacher, one mobile, and whole scenario is changed during the COVID. The crisis is also an opportunity to learn something new. And in this COVID crisis, we are learning so many ICT tools and implement them in our teaching and learning process. Our school enrollment is increasing after these initiatives when we are using technology in our classroom. So this is our schools, students, and our parents also contribute themselves. So many bridges between the school and the parents, but I think technology is play a vital role between them. In our school, we are using so many ICT tools like Microsoft Teams. Before the COVID, we do the Skype in the classroom, mystery Skypes, and Flip. Gamification in education, that's our project. So students play through the physical education. After that, they scan the QR code and enjoy the learning in our project. It means this is the only third grade classroom, so that they just wanted to play in very gamificationly, and they try to connect their self. So this is our next project, that Skype in the classroom. They exchange their culture, exchange their thoughts in the other country school, and they contact to each other. Their communication skill is very good through this project. Our student visited 400 school virtually from 38 countries, and they are it means they wanted to know they are using so many learning app. Diksha is a very good platform for our students. We are also contribute our content creation in Diksha app also. And our students also use the Diksha platform as well. So that I think Flipgrid is the most uh, entertainment like platform for them, so that they can share their thoughts, share their views. Every app is different for the teacher, for the students. Every teacher's requirement is different. Example for that, it's my school is in government school or village area school. We don't have any big like no tab, no it means everyone's have their only mobile phone, and we use them, and just students take this phone and shoot their video, uploaded on the website, and they just contact to each other and communicate each other, and they learning so many things from each other. So this is our small scale project, but I think students enjoy the process of learning. So communication, collaboration, and critical thinking are so many students use the Minecraft also, and it means not 100% student using it, but they are try to use it. So this is our CWSN project, Equity and Equality. This is the microbit project. My other in my school, there are 2 or 3 CWSN kids, and other schools also develop the microbit project for them through the coding. So she is also very happy to use that step counter, and she also come to school, and her parents is also very much happy to see that. So that's the change during the education or during this period, so that we are using ICT skills for motivating our students and developing their small skills, and they also empower us every day. So this is our school journey, and nowadays we are it means we have, I think after 2 or 3 years, our enrollment is increasing. It means our total enrollment is around 350 students, and nowadays we have 600 students in our school. So that's, I think, a very big achievement for us. Our student is happy to see our just our student is very much happy to communicate each other from the other country, from the other state, from the other district also, and they are now very much effectively as well as our in our school there are competitive exam, and around 250 students selected for the scholarship merit Navodaya Vidyalaya. So this is our school and this is our journey. Thank you very much for inviting me to share our school success story.
Thank you so much, Mrinal ma'am. And I mean, I am trying to find the words to tell you that, you've actually given shape to what we are sitting here and discussing today. And using simple tools, everyday tools. A mobile phone is such an everyday tool. And this is exactly what Dr. Jagendra Singh also spoke about. It's about multimodal learning or about bridging the gaps. And you are showing us how this can be done. This is super. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. And
thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Let me tell the viewers, we've also shared a link about the tools that Dr. Jagendra Singh mentioned, so you can download them and use them at your convenience. Also, we also have a small journey where we've been using AI in early childhood in our classrooms, and we have a small video clip which we would love to share with our viewers. So I would request the IT team to please bring that up. What you just saw, viewers, was a little glimpse of us navigating the path towards artificial intelligence in the classrooms and introducing children to technology, to artificial intelligence, and to the tools that are going to be driving futuristic education. So I hope we are walking the right path, as is the questions that are going to be asked now. And for the next exciting part of this symposium, I would like to introduce Ms. Sona Gombar. Ms. Sona Gombar is an academician who has been working in the field of education for over 15 years. She has a deep understanding of managing multiple responsibilities ranging from curriculum design team management, staff trainings, educational technology, strategy and development, planning and implementation of new programs, operations, partnerships, admissions, and crafting educational journeys for parents' delights. She also heads the Salwan Montessori School of our Salwan Education Trust in Gurgaon. And she is also going to be representing Navtika in the International Confederation of Principals in Kenya in August this year. So Ms. Sona Gomber is also the, as was rightly mentioned at the beginning, she is the power behind the symposiums that we bring together regularly. So over to you, Ms. Sona, from here on.
Thank you so much, Ms. Rashi Oberoi. And pranam everyone once again. And I do extend a very warm welcome to all the esteemed panelists present here. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. So as we move on to the most critical segment of today's session of discussions, deliberations, and knowledge exchange, I'd like to begin with a Sanskrit shalok, Tamso Ma Jyotirgame, which means spreading the light of knowledge and understanding to dispel the darkness of ignorance and to forge ahead with courage. So driven by this ideology, let's delve deeper to know if AI is altering our approach to early learning. So before we embark on this intellectual journey, I would like to introduce all our speakers here. Starting from Mr. Vipul Joshi. Mr. Vipul Joshi is the founder and CEO of Boost My Child. This organization is one of India's fastest growing early childhood development platform and mobile app. Mr. Joshi has over 20 years of experience building software, products, and IT solutions. He has done his bachelor's in engineering and his master's in science from California, the USA. We welcome you, Mr. Joshi.
Thank you.
Moving on to next, we have Ms. Vinita Garg. Ms. Vinita Garg, she is the HOD Computer Science SRDAV. She is also a National Teacher Award in 2019. She was among the top 50 Global Teacher Prize finalists, 2020 Wake Foundation. Again, she has been the top 50 most dedicated teacher award finalist 2020 by Cambridge University Press, UK. She's also acknowledged as the Global SDG Ambassador Cybersecurity Expert. We welcome you, Ms. Vinita. Now we have Ms. Paranjeet Kaur Dillon. She is the founder principal of Kamala Nehru's Public School, Phagwara, since December 2006. She has done her post-graduation in physics and was awarded a gold medal for being the first in university. With an experience of 29 years as principal, she has visited 14 countries. She has trained 10,000 plus educators from all over India, being the resource person of Central Board of Secondary Education, New Delhi. She is Microsoft Innovative Educator, Trainer and Fellow, Microsoft Certified Educator, Adobe Education Leader, Wakelet Leader, and Ambassador. Ms. Paranjeet is also a globally validated master trainer on 21st century core skills by British Council UK and a British Council School Ambassador as well. Her school, Kamala Nehru Public School, is the winner of the Microsoft Showcase School Biggest Impact Award for the Asia Pacific region for the year 2020-21. The school is also an international winner of Microsoft Tech for Good Challenge in SDG 3 category March 2022. She has been awarded the Microsoft Education Global Partner of the Year for 2021. We welcome you, Ms. Paranjeet. Next, we have Dr. Sveen Saini. She is a career consultant, clinical psychologist, and a parenting coach. Dr. Sveen Saini is a founder of the Mind Mentors and a highly experienced professional in career and personal counseling, as well as a parenting coach. She is passionate about the continuous evolution of mental health and learning newer forms of therapy to improve the quality of life for people dealing with everyday issues like life crisis and mental illnesses. She has experience as a certified life skills coach, conducting workshops on stress management, emotional well-being, healthy behaviors, and communication skills. She supports people in creating a positive change in their life. discarding the emotional baggage and helping them to achieve their big goals and dreams. Dr. Sween is an eminent author, motivational speaker, and passionate about creative graphic designing, learning webinars, and writing. We welcome you, Dr. Sween Saini. Next, we have Ms. Maya Menon. She is the founder director of the Teacher Foundation. I'm sorry. She's MBA with distinction from University of Leicester, UK. Ms. Menon's areas of professional experience include conceptualizing, designing, and implementing a wide range of school and teacher-related projects and services, including the Wipro Applying Thought and School Teacher Empowerment Project, initiated in 2001 and 9, and since 2012, the development of Indian social and emotional learning framework. This is the only framework existing in India. ISELF has been mapped by Harvard University, EASL's lab, along with other SEL life skills frameworks from across the world. Since 2021, she has led the Teacher Foundation as a glossary anchoring partner of the Life Skills Collaborative, a partnership of 18 organizations with the goal of redefining the life skills education space in India. She has been a full-time teacher trainer since 1996, conducting professional development programs for heads and teachers. And I think over 10,000 teachers and past 25 years of experience she has, which is very, very enriching, of schools across India and abroad. She has presented at leading education conferences, both national and internationally. She has written a chapter on addressing teacher quality and training in a book titled Accelerating Access to Quality Education. She was also invited to be on the National Technical Committee set up by the National University of Educational Planning and Administration for developing standards for school leaders and for several consultation meetings prior. So once again, I welcome you all. And I think we are moving to the most critical segment here. So with a lot of questions, and I'm sure we are going to delve into the world of AI. So I would like to, before we begin, I would like to set a time frame here. And I would like to inform you that the first round would be for 6 to 7 minutes. We allow all the panelists, all our esteemed panelists to speak for 6 to 7 minutes. And the second round would be for 2 to 3 minutes, right? So we'll begin with this. Early childhood education is one of the best investments a country can make to prepare children for learning and give them a chance to thrive later in life. So I'll begin with the first panelist here. The question comes to Mr. Vipul Joshi. Mr. Joshi, we find AI everywhere, from speech to facial recognition, and then diagnostic healthcare, machine automations, video games, and many areas of our lives. So for us as educators, embracing AI, don't you think it's not a choice, but a necessity that requires immediate attention? So while acknowledging the potential benefits, it's important to navigate this change period wisely. So I would like to begin my first question. Can AI be a companion for children in early years? Is it giving voice and choice to the child? Or is it raising concerns of increased screen time at this tender age? How can we strike a balance here? Over to you, Mr. Joshi.
Thank you, Ms. Gomber, for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be part of this panel. So absolutely, AI can be a companion. Not only can be, it is already a companion in a lot of the progressive countries and including India. AI has proven to improve the skills of early year children when it comes to creativity, emotional intelligence, increase of curiosity, and also literacy. What we see is when you say companion is what we actually call assistants or AI assistants. Somebody already mentioned Alexa, Siri, which are what we call as virtual assistants, which can be used by children using voice. And then we have what we call physical assistants, which is a latest entry that we see. We have robots, which are kind of shaped along a child's height, and the child interacts with these robots using voice or simple buttons, and these robots act for providing educational content, uh, collaboration in terms of play. They can tell stories, and they also improve social interaction between children. So is there a concern? The highest or biggest point of concern is screen time. And as far as we at Boost My Child are concerned, we have made sure that everything we align is almost zero screen time shown to the child. In fact, some of our psychologists who we consult with have kind of emphasized that below 5, the screen time should be kept minimal or almost avoided as much as possible. And 5 onwards, the screen time should be limited to around 30 minutes or 45 minutes per day. So the idea is for early childhood, the teachers or the parents are going to be the primary recipients of the information of these AI tools. And they are the ones that would then act along with the child. Striking a balance, there is definitely a balance needed for any new technology that comes in. And for that, really, it's more about providing that know-how to the teachers and also to the parents. Over dependence on anything, including AI, could kind of be detrimental. So we have to limit how much of the AI tools we want to use in our schools. And while they support teachers, it's very important to know that human interaction and guidance cannot be replaced. So the teacher has to be the central factor in education, whereas AI is going to be an assistant or a guide, for the teacher. Thank you.
So I think very clearly you have mentioned that how we strike a balance between both the online and offline mode, and how to clear those boundaries with the children. So that was a very, very insightful perspective that you shared. Adding one quick question to you, Mr. Joshi. So what are the foreseeable advantages and risks that are associated with early exposure to AI-driven educational content? So if you can just shed some light on this.
Yeah. So advantages are definitely that there are these various forms of, I think we can see the slide here. Can you show the slide again, please? So as far as early childhood is concerned, AI is already being used in assessments and tracking, which our esteemed keynote speakers have already talked about. Personalized activities or recommendations are provided based on each child's individual requirement. The idea is not to overwhelm the child, but to provide what is really required. That is where the AI factor comes in. And then early detection of any shortcomings that may be present in certain children, and early intervention can actually mitigate those difficulties. We also looked at the virtual and robotic assistants. One important aspect is the data analysis, where we can progressively see the child's progress over the years, how the child was doing, say, a year back, and how the child is doing now. And that is very important data for the school as well as for the government, where they look at different demographics to compare cities or states, etc. Another aspect is when there is some kind of attrition as far as the staff is concerned. This data is available for the next teacher that may replace the current teacher. And then there is the dynamic creation of content, where you can on the fly request certain information. For example, a teacher can ask for a story regarding weight displacement, right, for a 4-year-old. And a good example would be Thirsty Crow, which the AI engine can kind of project and can be read out to the children. So these are some certain advantages that we are already seeing. The flip side is, again, like I mentioned, over dependence on AI, and ensuring that the teacher remains the central factor, or as far as the home is concerned, the parent has to be the role, the actual person playing the role, and not providing the AI tool directly to the child, or giving the mobile phone right in the hand of the child, something that needs to be avoided.
Thank you so much, Mr. Joshi. I think this would really help us to understand. And as you said, that ultimately AI can help teachers to understand their students more accurately and more effectively. And I think that this also is all about teachers, how they have to plan meticulously and how they are integrating these AI tools in their teaching learning process. Because these young children, they are very vulnerable, and even small experiences can drastically change the trajectory of the development. So thank you for your insights. So now moving on to our next speaker, I will now like to bring in Miss Vinita Garg. So here I feel the landscape of education is undergoing a paradigm shift here, as we all know that. So with the infusion of AI, the role of teacher is evolving from a teacher to facilitator and now to a life coach. So the learning relationship of a teacher and a child is changing. So, Miss Vinita, what are the key areas that a teacher should focus on while integrating AI technologies, and how can they ensure that these technologies complement rather than replace human interactions and nurturing? Miss Vinita, please unmute yourself.
I hope I'm audible now.
Yes.
So first of all, I would like to thank Salwan Trust for having me here. It's a great opportunity for me to share my views on, some of the focus area for AI integration. So as you have already said, AI is continuously evolving, and teachers, I think, have a crucial role so that they can harness the power of AI to enhance teaching and learning. And some of the focus area, I think you have there are two parts of the question. So let me first answer the very first part, which is the how focus areas. What are the focus areas for AI integration? So let me talk about first. Let me start with first the personalized learning. I must say that gone were the days when one size fit all pedagogical approach to education. Now we have stepped into a new kind of education scenarios where we have students of different learning styles sitting in the same classroom. Okay, Dr. This Howard Gardner, he has also talked about 8 different kind of multiple intelligences also. So we have students of different learning style, and there is only one teacher who is handling around 50 to 55. According to Indian classroom scenario, we have around 50 to 55 students sitting in one classroom. So how can she cater to individual learning styles of each and every student in just 45 minutes of a period? And this really creates learning gaps, and that is why we have some students who are really performing very well, and we have other kind of students who are not able to cope up in this kind of scenarios. So here comes, I must say, AI to our rescue. AI is here to, if we do really AI integration, there are certain AI tools which can analyze student data, and they can recommend personalized learning path for each and every students. We have different kind of adaptive learning platforms which adapt to the learning style of students, and then they provide, targeted feedback also. And this will definitely help teachers to cater to individual needs and learning styles, and maximize the student engagement, and which ultimately lead to lead to reducing those widening the gaps, the learning gaps which are widening otherwise. The various adaptive learning platforms, there are numerous. Some are paid, and very less of I must say free, but there are free tools also. I will talk about them too. So they do what, like they use AI algorithms to dynamically adjust the difficulty level and the content of learning activities based on each student's progress and performance. Like, for example, if our student, you have a very good student, and he's a very good absorber, and absorbs everything, whatever is being taught in the class, mastery of, suppose he's a master of all the different concepts. So platform will automatically advance them to more challenging concepts, challenging material. They will provide them a challenging material. And if a student is struggling with the concept, then the platform provide some, additional support and scaffolding to students. So this kind of platforms are available. And I must tell you about some free tools which are available, so that those who are not, like, every school cannot afford paid learning platforms. So there are few tools, like I must say about talk about reading coaching. We have seen in Mridal Ganjwal slideshow also, reading coach Microsoft, then reading progress in Teams, then you a presenter coach in PowerPoint. So there are so many tools which are available for free, which anyone can use for to provide personalized learning environment to students. Then let us come to accessibility and inclusion. We all want our classrooms to be inclusive. We are really talking a lot about special children. Again, I say, gone were the days when they were totally separated from the society. They were studying in different schools. Now it is our duty to include them in our classroom, so that they can also get chance to thrive. So there are, like, I will divide the AI tools in two parts. So there are AI tools which can again assist the students to translate the text, or adapt content according to their learning needs. Different type of students with different kind of disability, and they offer different kind of communication methods, so that the ultimate aim is that education should be accessible and possible for each and every child. If we are really vouching for SDG goal number 4, we must do something to only talking cannot do everything. We need to provide these tools to our students, and these are immersive reader, which we have seen in, again, Mridal Ganjwal presentation. This type of tools are absolutely free, and which can be used to help our special children in the classroom. And there are other AI tools also which can detect early, because it is, I think, in India, again, it is we do not identify the different kind of disabilities our students are having. That is why, like, it also creates a learning gaps. So it is very important that these learning difficulties or some behavioral issues which our students are facing, they should be detected at an early stage. So there are AI tools which monitor the students' performance, and they can detect what kind of disability or what kind of behavioral issue this particular student is having. They can add, they can analyze your facial expressions and voice tone in which the child is speaking, and the writing pattern. They identify the writing pattern. And here I must tell you, one of my student has also devised his own AI tool, can recognize the writing of dyslexic student, and then it can convert it into normal, but he will it will transform the text written by a dyslexic student into a text which can be read by a teacher and understood by the teacher also, because otherwise the text written by a dyslexic student is very difficult to understand, and that creates a learning gap, and it creates a communication gap also between a child and a teacher. So even students are doing a lot in this field, and many tools are available which can help teachers to understand the different kind of disability of students, so that they can take immediate action, and they can work upon it to close the learning gaps. Then again, the third kind of AI integration which I must talk about is immersive learning. Again, I must say that the attention span of today's students is very less. We used to sit quietly in the classrooms, if I talk about my school times, listening attentively to our teacher. But nowadays, if a teacher keeps on talking, then after 10 to 15 minutes, the students, they become, very restless. Some of the students, they start looking here and there, and they start, grimacing and making different kind of actions. And this reduces the engagement, and also the learning also. Then, because they will not be able to learn if they are not engaged. So it is very important to make the learning interactive. And here comes again AI. We have AI powered solutions to provide virtual learning experiences to students. Then augmented reality experiences, simulations. We can teach through simulations, so that students, they can understand then and there only, like, what is actually happening, why this step is happening after this step. And gamification, certain AI powered games are there which can really help to engage students in interactive learning environments, which really help us to foster deeper understanding and motivation. Then I think, I have talked a lot about students. It's time to talk about teachers also. Why not for teachers? AI integration should be for teachers also. Teachers, they have a lot of administrative tasks, like they need to grade things, lesson planning, and again the NEP is again changing the entire education landscape. So we need to again plan our lessons again in a new style. And here comes again AI to our rescue. AI can really help teachers also to do a lot of tasks, the repetitive tasks which teachers are doing, and AI can help them to do these tasks, and which really free up teachers' time so that they can be more with students, and they can interact with students, and this will really help again to students in better engagement and better understanding of the learning material. So this is the first part. And then second, like how, like we are using AI tools, this is fine, but again, how to ensure that the learning should be it should be like there should be a balance between, like how to make a complete balance between AI integration and the human issue. See, we are introducing AI tools not for the replacement of teacher. And how can we do that? For that, I think it is very important to ensure that the learning should be human centered learning. Okay, so technologies are there to complement, not replace human beings. We are not replacing human interactions. We are not replacing teachers. They are here to augment or complement things. So what can we do for that? What teachers can do? Like how can they integrate AI so that human touch also remains there? So for that, I think again, teachers need to adopt human centered approach. Teacher student relationship, it should be the foundation of education. It is not AI integration. It is student teacher relationship. It should be the focus of education. And again, I'm saying AI technology is, yes, integrated. We should integrate because if we really want to introduce our students to future skills, but it should not replace. It should only enhance. It should only augment. It should not replace human teacher interaction, human interactions. So this is very important, one thing. Then I think teachers, need to promote collaborative learning. So time to time, different kind of activities should be introduced in the class, which encourage collaboration, communication, and teamwork among students. So if this kind of tasks are introduced, then actually we are doing what we are emphasizing on the on peer interaction and peer learning and social interaction. So this is also very important. And third point is this, that AI cannot replace creativity. It cannot replace innovation. AI again is a machine. We thought it is a machine only. So I think we must encourage students to use AI technology as tools for creative expression, which can be used with generative AI. But not only that, they should not only be the users of AI technology, they should be creators also. They should do problem solving and innovation using AI. And here comes the role of teacher to make them understand how they can provide solutions which are non-biased, okay, which have ethical considerations also. So I think this way, I think if we adopt these methods, so this will not replace human interaction with AI. So human interaction should remain at the top. And again, I must say that AI is a tool. Like we are using this tool to augment and to help teachers. It is not a replacement for human teachers. And we need to build relationships, provide emotional support, and adopt to each and every individual needs, which can be done only by the teachers. It cannot be done by the machine. So I think if I want to conclude, I will conclude like this, that future of education lies in collaboration between AI and human educators. We need to leverage the strengths of both AI machine as well as both machine and the human, if we really want to create a personalized and engaging learning experience for every student, where every student is getting a chance to thrive. So this is how I want to conclude, I think.
Thank you so much, Ms. Vinita Garg. Your response was quite engaging and I would say thought-provoking here.
Thank you,
So
ma'am. Thank you.
one small thing while you were saying that there are so many free tools available in the market. I just want you to tell me that is it fine to use the free tools, or we should go for quality tools when we are dealing with early childhood care and education? Because here that kind of quality, rather than moving on to the quantity, the number of tools that are available. So only this point, I just need a clarity. If you can just give me in
See,
few
it
seconds.
just depends upon your need and the type of resources you are having. If you have, I can say if you have enough funds, you should go for buy and good tools, which can provide actual good support. Because if you go for free tools, they have certain limitations. You will find certain limitations also.
Absolutely.
So it is good to buy if you can buy, but see, everyone cannot afford to buy, because they are very costly also. AI tools, they are not, you cannot purchase them in a penny. So they are costly also. So the schools which cannot afford, I think they can go for free tools. At least they are giving a chance for every students, to thrive. Like they are trying to close the learning gaps, which can happen only with AI. Without AI, it is not possible, at least in Indian scenario, where we're having 50 to 55 students sitting in one classroom. So it is not possible, I think, unless or until AI integration is there. So there are a lot of free tools. If you do not have enough funds, please go for free ones. Don't think that it is not possible without paying for it. So it is possible with free tools also. So you can go for both.
So here I would say Ms. Vinita Garg, she has actually focused a lot how to adapt and integrate this new technology tools in teaching. And definitely AI is not meant to replace teachers, but rather it will complement their efforts. And so moving on to our next speaker, now I would like to bring in Ms. Maya Menon. So I would like to bring your expertise here, connecting with 5 domains of early childhood care and education. So Ms. Menon here, how can integration, I would like to ask you that, how can integration of AI support caregivers and educators in fostering socio-emotional development, cognitive development, along with the language development in young children, complementing traditional teaching approaches and pedagogies? So given that human aspect is important, do you think socio-emotional learning is a complex area to approach through AI? And will the AI algorithms help children to practice crucial skills that we talk about, empathy, communication, which we want that the children from the very early age, they should start imbibing these skills. So I want you to shed some light here on all the 5 domains. I know it's huge, but then how we can cover it up through AI.
Yeah, it's other, and in fact, I'm also at the risk of repeating what other people have already said. So I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
So thank you, Sona, and thank you, Salwan Trust, for inviting me to this very interesting webinar on AI and early childhood education. I think it'd be good for us to, I'd like to take a step back because a lot of eminent speakers have spoken. There were some very good ideas that have already been shared, and I don't think I have anything brand new, but I wanted to, I know at the risk of repeating, I want to do a quick preface just to get the audience to think about AI and early childhood education. For instance, which of the following is an example of AI in early childhood education? Is it virtual reality games? Is it traditional storybooks? Is it handwriting practice worksheets? Or is it outdoor play equipment? All these are good, but which of them is an example of AI in early childhood education? If you want to, you can just put it on chat. I won't be able to see it just now, but I'll take a look at it later. I'm not going to give the answer as yet. Is this true or false? AI algorithms can provide personalized learning experiences for young children based on their individual strengths and weaknesses. A lot of our speakers before me have already spoken. So is this true or false that AI algorithms can provide personalized educational experiences? So you could put it down on chat. Another question, I've just got a few. Which of the Excellent. Thank you, Sona. Which of the following is not a potential drawback of using AI in ECCE? Loss of human connection, bias and inequality, limited cultural and linguistic sensitivity, reduced need for teacher involvement. Which of them is not a potential drawback? So these are all possible drawbacks, but which of them is not a potential drawback of using AI in ECC? Think about it. And one more, what is one way AI algorithms can assist early years teachers in assessing student learning? Is it providing emotional support to students, analyzing data from student interactions to identify areas of struggle, facilitating outdoor activities, conducting traditional paper-based assessments? Which of them is it? You could put, in case you don't want to write the full sentence, you can just put down the question 4. Is it A, B, C,
They're
or
writing
D?
the options. They are writing options here.
Thank you. Here's another one, true or false? AI algorithms always provide unbiased and fair outcomes in early childhood education. Is this true? Is this false? And finally, last question, which best describes the role of AI in early childhood education? AI replaces the need for human teachers. I heard Vinita talk a lot about, made a lot of emphasis on something, which perhaps is a giveaway. AI enhances the capabilities of human teachers by providing support and insights. AI is irrelevant in early childhood education. AI is only suitable for older students, not young children. So then why are we all here today? So think about it. So with that, I just want to quickly thank you for your attention and participation. I'd like to set a context with one quote and one dream. The one dream, I'll just post it on chat later, but the quote with you is a quote by Peter Senge, who's a systems thinking expert from MIT, USA. A simple question to ask is, how has the world of a child changed in the last 150 years? And the answer is, it's hard to imagine any way in which it hasn't changed. But if you look at schools today versus 100 years ago, it is more similar than dissimilar. So the world has changed dramatically, but I'm not sure our schools, including childhood classrooms, have changed so much even in the last 20 years or 30 years, 100 years. So keeping that in mind, it's important for us to have a certain sense of perspective when we're trying to integrate AI into our classrooms. I'll share with you that link later. I know I'm conscious of the time. So who is an ECC teacher today and what are the critical challenges they face? The key challenges that face our ECC community. One is, unfortunately, low social status of ECC teachers in society. And I think we need to take that into cognizance when we are talking about something as futuristic as AI, machine learning, etc., in our school and in our education system. Inadequate preparation and training, deep dependence on conditioning the child. Because we can't talk about AI unless we know how do we see the child, how do we understand the child, especially the very young learner that ECC teachers are responsible for. Being truly, what does it mean by, by when we say being truly student and learning driven, making equity, inclusion, and differentiation a daily reality? We need to think about this because if AI can help in all this, then AI is a wonderful boon for teachers. Finally, balancing the needs of the child versus the aspirations and anxieties of the parents. Because a lot of times we go for the aspirations and anxieties of parents, especially early years teachers, more than what does the child need. So today we're trying to get the ECC teachers skip, jump, run, and even fly before they can even stand tall and walk. When I'm talking about it in terms of a pedagogical, I'm using the analogy of walking and skipping and all that to talk about, does the teacher understand early childhood learning, early childhood, the sphere of early childhood development before we're asking them to use amazing tools? The key challenges of AI in ECC today. One is the loss of human connection. We need to understand that the very young learner learns through human connection. And a lot of times, if we quickly introduce, I think Dr. Sapna Yadav earlier talked about it, do we really need AI and ECC? What does it mean for a child if you're losing human connection? If you have robotic assistants handling, giving personalized learning for children, what does that mean compared to the messiness of a human interaction, an adult with a child, a teacher with a child? We need to think about that. Also, the case of bias, inequality, and privacy and data security concerns, we need to take that into consideration when we're looking at AI in ECC. The AI assistant could be biased, could be treating differently. The privacy and data security issues, also limited cultural and linguistic sensitivity in AI algorithms, because AI is as good as what is fed in. And admittedly, every year, the AI in education is going to just get better and more sophisticated. But we need to be sure, is it as sophisticated as a human being with a human connection? Not enough focus on traditional and play-based approaches. And a lot of times early years learners, especially Mrunal Ganjale, showed a wonderful experience of rural schools. A lot of rural schools learn best through traditional and play-based learning approaches. And we mustn't think about our urban approaches, being relevant for them. And finally, dependency on infrastructure and technology availability, because in especially rural schools, maybe in our Anganwadis, if you're talking about ECC, apart from, of course, in our metro cities, we do have access to all of this, which is good. But we need to recognize ECC from a larger landscape point of view. So sorry, something's happened to this thing. Sona asked me to talk about our research on social emotional learning. Teacher Foundation has developed a framework called the Indian Social Emotional Learning Framework, or ISELF. ISELF is the only SEL framework in India, which is age-banded. Admittedly, it starts from 6 years, but as you can see, and there are 5 essential SEL competencies that we need to nurture and develop in our children: self-awareness, self-management, relationship management, social awareness, and decision-making. And each of these competencies have 2 to 3 learning standards, which I'm not going into details of. And each of the learning standards has learning outcomes, and the learning outcomes are age-banded across 5 age bands: 6 to 8, 9, 10, 11 to 13, etc. Of course, ECC teachers should look at the 6 to 8 age bands, because those are relevant, because you are providing the initial support and nurturing in order to foster the SEL competencies for a 6-year-old as they come into grade 1. And anyway, under foundational literacy and numeracy, the foundational years, ECC comes into up to grade 2 or grade 3. So here's a quick look at one competency, self-awareness, one learning standard. I'm just trying to show you how a learning outcome works in age bands. For 6 to 8 years, it's just the learning outcome is just being able to accurately label emotions and recognize how they are linked to behavior. So being able to say who's happy, who looks sad, angry, who's calm, who's etc. In 9-10, it's a little bit more evolved. Describe different emotions and the situations that cause them. And 11 to 13, and then there's 14 to 15 and 16 to 18, which I won't show you. Recognize that one's emotional responses can be distinct from others in the same situation. So there's a gradual increase in sophistication and and complexity as you move from 6 to 8 to 11 to 13, and then eventually to 16 to 18. So this is where an early years teacher can look at developing self-awareness, self-management, relationship management, social awareness, and decision-making skills in children. So that's the early years. Sona in her introduction of me in introducing me talked about that iSelf has been mapped by Harvard University's EASL Labs. EASL stands for Ecological Approaches for Social Emotional Learning, and EASL Labs has actually found out when they mapped it with other SEL frameworks, iSelf was found to have the greatest depth of focus in terms of absolute values because it's age banded. Many of the other SEL frameworks from across the world are not age banded. So I'll give you links to the Harvard EASL website showing iSelf's depth of focus, as well as the I Have a Dream quote and a poem later. So what are the benefits of AI for ECC? Because I just want to set the context, because it's important to see things in context. One is AI is wonderful. Adaptive language learning programs are there using AI algorithms that can help personalize learning for each child. And we need to know how to leverage it. As I put on chat, I was talking to a senior person from Google a few weeks ago at another AI conference in Andhra Pradesh. And talking about that Google has just launched something called Gemini as a competition to ChatGPT, but Gemini is far more sophisticated. They have phased out their Bard, and then they're using Gemini. And Gemini, I see, has a lot of teachers, particularly teachers who want to identify children learning difficulties, children with special needs, etc. So it's a far more sophisticated, multimodal tool rather than ChatGPT, which is a more text-based tool. So that might be particularly of interest to all of us as teachers. Second, automated assessment and regular reporting back to the parents makes it so much easier. Many of my earlier panelists talked about how teachers have to contend with 40, 50, 55 children in a class, and it's very difficult. So AI is a great tool and assistant for the teacher. I personally would not recommend AI immediately directly for children unless the teacher knows how to use it in an intelligent, evolved way with the children, and be clear about why am I using this rather than doing more, interactive teaching, teacher-student teaching. So the teacher needs to know how to use adaptive language learning, not just sort of switch it on and let the child learn. The teacher needs to know how to intervene and where to intervene. Data analysis and insights are great to plan for children and predict their areas of struggle, because teachers are able to the AI can do that assistant. It's like you have an assistant teacher in an early years classroom to pick up everything, put everything in place, support individual children. AI can do that for the teacher. And of course, lesson planning for teachers that can be customized and theme-based. ChatGPT is quite useful these days to lesson plan, as long as the teacher inputs exactly what she wants and how she wants to teach. ChatGPT quickly provides you a lesson plan. So with that, I just want to stop, and I will,
Thank you so much, Ms. Menon. You so beautifully advocated the transformative role of teachers, that how from sage on the stage, they are becoming the more interactive guide on the side, I would say here. And AI can actually be a game changer for teachers. So now I would like to bring in our next speaker, Ms. Paramjeet Kaur. So, ma'am, here I would say that integration of AI tools is seen as a facilitator in enabling educators to fulfill this expanded role efficiently. So how do you see ongoing professional development contributing to educators staying abreast of AI advancements? Looking ahead, how do we envision the role of AI in evolving in the classrooms over the next 5 years? And do we need to formulate policies and strategies here? And how these policies can be aligned with our vision and values? And also, if you can just put some light on this, that how the learning outcomes can also be enhanced while considering the unique developmental needs of the young children. However, our first speaker, Vipul Joshi, Mr. Vipul Joshi has already shed some light on this. So over to you, ma'am.
So first of all, Thank you very much. I'm in a bad shape in the sense I've got a terrible, terrible cold, and I might sneeze in a big way anyway. So don't worry. That's why I was off the camera. I'll come to some examples in the school. I may not be very theoretical as such. I think your question were 3 or 4 in number. The first one was about adaptability and integration of new technology tools in teaching, right? That was the first part.
Yes, absolutely.
See, my boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear elementary teachers, ECCE teachers, or any other teacher who's joined it. Beta, AI is fun. Maze aate hain. You just enjoy it. You just love it. And it helps the children too. So what do we do in our school? How have we, gone in, how we have adapted it? We are a school in a village with 65 villages are being catered to. First generation learner. We are a Microsoft Showcase school. We are an Adobe Express school. We are a Wakelet school. This happened because we adopted technology. And technology, it may not be totally AI, but in some way or the other, it is related to AI. Okay? So in our school, when it comes to the kindergarten, we went for the use of Adobe in a big way. How did we do that? We went for, a storytelling as such. The good touch and the bad touch, art integration. So the children drew some pictures, all of them different pictures. You take a storybook and say, this is what you have to draw, this is what you have to draw. So they draw it in the way they wanted. And they drew it, and then there was the way it had in the book, they spoke that. So every page was a part of a video, and the child voice was embedded. Imagine how happy the parents were. We went in for languages when we brought the confidence in the child. We looked into the drawing skills of the child, and we compiled up the video and shared it back home. So that was, that was too good, involving putting technology. And before the child comes to the school, the mother says, eat this, this is a fairy cartoon film which is running, watch this and eat it. So what are we talking about? Not to use it. The child is already using it before the child comes to the school. All right, before 3 years, the child is using in a big way. Again, I would, all real life examples I would like to give. I was about 8 years back. 8 years back, I was in US and my granddaughter was there. And Alexa came just 10 years back. She and me, 2 generation gaps, we played a lot with Alexa. She would tell Alexa, play this song, and she would start dancing. And this grandmother would start shooting. And then I would say, ho, look, this is not the right step. Why did your leg go left and right? AI was there. She was teaching us. I was enjoying making the video and she was enjoying improving it. And that's how we went. It was play this song and she would sing. She was just 2.5 years to 3 when she started using AI. I learned the perspective, opportunity which was available with AI, and it really encouraged me. Songs, dances, she would say, tell me which is the tallest building in US, and there goes the answer. What is the problem in using AI? If it helps you, it's an enabler. How can it challenge a teacher, you and me? So that's the practical aspect of it. So coming to another use of technology, again, not totally AI, but explicitly AI. But yes, we have, say, Minecraft. Minecraft, my 5th, 6th class children, 4th, 5th class children would make a Minecraft world, and we would embed this jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell. That was used by the teachers in the nursery classes, in the KG classes. So that's how we used over there. So then I think the next part of and then of course we had the 3D viewer, merge cube, Potun, everything, Wakelet, everything was being used. It's being used in our school. Then the second part of the question was, do you see ongoing professional development? in respect of AI. See, I think this ChatGPT came into being in November 2022. We had the training session in December 2022. That's how we adopted ChatGPT. What is the problem if a teacher uses AI in teaching the kindergarten, teaching the primary, teaching the all the classes? Yes, the prompts have to be important, but that's what comes the role of a leader in the school, to teach and empower the teachers to use technology in the right way. And we're using it in a big way. Assessment, everything comes in. Personalized learning, bridging the gap, everything comes in. But yes, we are using it. And as the AI evolves, we teachers need to upgrade our skills. That's another point which you have to keep it in our mind. And then I think somewhere it was, what about AI versus humans? You know, when you are taking a children in a line, if somebody falls down, the AI doesn't jump from your phone to pick up that child. It's you, the teacher, who picks up and say, oh, my darling, you got hurt? Oh, sweetheart, let me pick you up and, you know, hold the child to yourself. There comes the personal touch, and AI can never do that. AI cannot have creativity. AI cannot be innovative the way we are. AI cannot give a pat on the back until, you know, yes, robots are there. But can the robo give a touch, the personal touch which a human being can give? So I don't think that is there, that's possible. And then the next is, I believe, how can it support the teachers and the caregivers and family, whatever it is? Everything has been said so far. Being the fourth speaker, I think my job has already been done. Personalized learning is possible. Interactive and immersive learning is possible with Microsoft tools and all other tools. Adaptive learning is also possible. Language acquisition and improving a language. You speak, your pronunciation is checked. You read, they tell you, no, this is not read like this. You have to read like this. For social emotional learning, if I talk about also, then there are apps which tells you, are you feeling happy today? Are you feeling sad today? Everybody, a shout out for educators, never stand and stare at technology or AI, or for that reason, any damn problem which comes in your life. Get up, start, and be on the job. Embrace it, empower it yourself, and be on the move. We are educators of the present 21st century. All the best. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You have added charge to this session. I think your rich experience, it has given so many pointers, and I would say your small words have made a very big impact on all of us. And definitely what you said, that the role of teachers to empower, the role of leaders to empower teachers is very important. And we also need to adopt a growth mindset rather than a fixed mindset. And your AI application tools, how we can use them in daily routine, I think they were amazing. Thank you so much. So next I bring in Dr. Sveen Saini. So Dr. Saini, how can AI be leveraged to address the diverse learning needs and abilities of the young children, including those with the special educational needs or from the disadvantaged backgrounds? So how these tools can help in detecting the developmental delays and support in early intervention, and especially when parents, they are in a denial mode, they don't accept so easily. So I would like your expertise to come here now. Please unmute yourself, Dr. Sveen Saini.
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Salvan Trust, for this amazing opportunity to listen to so many eminent speakers on this much needed topic of the day. And then thank you, Sona ma'am, for your kind words of introduction in the beginning of the session. And all the applause to the patient listeners, because we are already heading to the time zone. And I'm so glad, being the last speaker, I should pat myself with my 2 lines of my second book. अभी तो चंद परिंदे ही उड़े हैं, अभी इस बाज की उड़ान बाकी है, अभी तो कुछ पर्वत ही लांगे हैं, अभी तो छूना आसमान बाकी है. And you know, when we talk about our chule asma, then we always consider technology in that. And with the rise of this need of AI in our early childhood, with our coming generation, so how we can avoid it? As in the beginning of the session, Sona ma'am rightly said is it a choice or is it a compulsion? So I would like to say this is a compulsion, but we should take it as a favorite choice. Only then we can keep the pace with the time. So as you asked about its inclusive learning environment for children with diverse needs, I'm so glad being a mental health practitioner, I got this time to talk about the other aspect of this upcoming so much of advanced technology in the age of younger kids during their developmental stages. So in the modern educational landscape, the push towards personalized learning is more than a trend. It is a necessity, as I said earlier. And the diversity of student needs, backgrounds, and learning styles demand an approach that transcends the traditional one-size-fits-all model of education, as said by so many speakers. And as we enter artificial intelligence, a transformating force in teaching and learning, they are offering unparalleled opportunities for creating inclusive learning environments where every student can thrive. As everybody has submitted so many good points, so I would like only to keep it brief, because for students with learning disabilities, AI-powered tools, they offer tailored educational experiences. How? By adjusting content complexity, providing alternative learning modalities, and offering personalized feedback to the teacher as well as parent. We have so much talked about teachers. In my conversation, I would like to give more emphasis on parenting, because we all know child development in all areas of life, it is a triangle, and we can't miss third piece, parents here. So such adaptive learning technologies not only cater to the unique needs of each student, but also empower them to learn at their own pace. Furthermore, adding to this, AI plays a crucial role in supporting students with special needs, assistive technologies, as we can say, speech-to-text converters, and AI-driven reading assistants enable students with visual or auditory impairments to access educational materials more easily. Definitely decreasing the baggage and burden of the assisting teacher. So AI applications that offer real-time speech translation and language learning, they support breaking down language barriers, making education more accessible to non-native speakers also even. So here I would like to take your attention to a very mazedar example. Suppose we have a soft toy named Aiden, because it is AI operated soft toy, so we have named it Aiden, and it has been provided to Tommy in the class, very young guy. Now the Tommy is playing with Aiden, and Aiden is trying to capture all the responses of Tommy in this process. So Tommy plays with Aiden for a little bit each day in the classroom, and as Tommy plays, he engages and interacts with Aiden over a period of time. Aiden gathers and stores data. This stored data means that Aiden develops a strong understanding of how Tommy learns, his pace of learning, his interest, and areas of struggle too. Aiden can, that device, AI-operated device, it can utilize and analyze this stored data to prompt activities and lessons that are tailored specifically to Tommy. Also great companion in the absence of primary caregiver, because being a child psychologist, when we learn about child psychology, child developmental stages, we are experiencing nuclear families, working mothers, very, very compulsive, competitive scenarios, and a very young child being alone at home, and even being unintentionally sometimes ignored by a teacher in the class due to 25 students in the classroom. So sometimes this can be a great companion in absence of primary caregiver or busy teacher to overcome loneliness, separation anxiety, and ignorance. Early intervention is also very much possible by AI, because as a mental health practitioner, I can see that AI can identify learning difficulties or developmental delays early on, allowing for timely intervention and support. So studies have also found that using an AI-powered chatbot results in higher engagement and adherence than traditional methods we were using earlier. And those who used it saw a reduction in comorbid anxiety and depression symptoms, which were measured on standard assessment score, and comparable shifts in physical capabilities also. So when we talk about inclusive learning, it is very important because we are witnessing across the globe, there are inspiring examples of AI's impact on inclusive learning. For example, some schools have implemented AI systems that analyze students' learning habits and adapt teaching methods accordingly. As we have been already listened to so many eminent speakers and teachers working so well in rural areas only. So, and they are leading to noticeable improvements in engagement and academic achievement, especially with education, with right training, we can cater to their curiosity. Because now this is not only in major cities, big cities, very standardized schools. Technology is coming up in all the rural areas. And being an educator, being a mental health practitioner, being a parenting coach, I always keep emphasis on giving right education at the right time. Okay, because knowledge is power. As some other speaker also said, we need to teach teachers, we need to educate parents to complete this picture in a very, very positive and contributing way. So many examples have been given by my fellow panel members, and we have also so many other things, Cogni, Duolingo, Newton, Smart Sparrow, Dreambox, who are specializing in adaptive learning for special needs. So these real-world applications not only highlight the potential of AI in education, but also show tangible benefits of its implementation, including increased student engagement, as ma'am said, improved academic outcomes, and the fostering of a more inclusive educational environment. So additionally, I have observed in so many cases in my personal client space, AI can also help with children's confidence around communication and expressing themselves. As we started with Alexa and Siri, and now we are coming to so many other apps. So these AI language bots will teach young children manners like please, thank you. They can also assist them and ask for what they want or what they need. So they are helping them to be self-reliant. But we should not ignore the shortcomings of AI, especially in the case of mental health. So we need to improve awareness, education, right utilization, minimizing this dependence to increase overall potential of this upcoming need in everyone's life. So AI has definitely the potential to revolutionize early childhood education by providing personalized and inclusive learning experiences that cater to the individual needs of each child. However, as I said earlier, it is essential to ensure that these technologies are implemented ethically and responsibly with a focus on equity, privacy, and child safety. Thank you so much.
Very rightly said by you, Dr. Saini. Thank you for sharing your insights and perspectives. Very rightly, you said that AI is opening new doors to identify learning difficulties or developmental delays at an early stage. So in the interest of the time now, I would like to conclude this session. However, I'm feeling very overwhelmed with so much of information, the tips and the tricks that will help us to navigate responsibly and maximize the benefits here. So on a concluding note, I would like to reiterate the pearls of wisdom that can be picked up from today's session, that a digital mindset is the need of the hour. And using AI, we can change the way children learn. And AI models can create engaging and effective learning experiences that cater to the unique needs of each child. It delivers prompt feedback, and by analyzing the large volumes of data in real time. And AI systems, undoubtedly, they can track a child's developmental identify areas of strength and the areas that required additional attention. It is very imperative to navigate the intersection of AI and early childhood education with a discerning eye, as all our speakers said that, eminent speakers said that in their discussions. So it's very important to strike a balance between innovation and ethical considerations. Of course, privacy and the data security concerns are paramount for us. So I would like to thank all our eminent panelists who have engaged into this thorough analysis of the dynamic interplay of opportunities and challenges that AI introduces to the Indian educational landscape. So thank you so much once again. And now I hand over this virtual space to Ms. Rashi Oberoi.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sona ma'am, and all the panelists. Sona ma'am has already very graciously thanked each one of you. And right from the word go, this has been so informative and so just so much of information. So I will now, for the valedictory, love to invite our one entity who has been steering and spearheading the technological drive for Salwan Education Trust, and she heads the Salwan School, Narayana. I am happy to introduce Ms. Sonia Vadva. She has over 23 years of experience in the field of education technologies. She's held key positions in various institutions as a software faculty person, as the center head at CDAC, as a software trainer with NIIT, supervising examiner and academic coordinator at the ICSC school, Sanskar Valley. She has been a Skype teacher, a coordinator, and an international school award winner by the British Council. She's a mentor and she has led STEM projects. She's driving technology, as I said, for Salwan Education Trust and all these Salwan schools. And she will move the valedictory because we cannot have a better person than her who can sum up all that has been discussed today. Sonia ma'am, over to you.
Thank you so much, Rashi, and thank you for your kind words. A very warm good afternoon to everyone and to all our viewers. What an amazing power-packed session full of learning and I must say unique perspectives related to navigating AI in early childhood care and education. Our eminent speakers not only talked about the role of AI in ECC only from the pedagogical aspects, but also gave a deep insight on how facilitators, school administrators, parents can use AI to support children and to get data insights to support teaching learning for our learners and definitely to support the teachers who are grooming these young learners. Starting from our first keynote speaker, Dr. Jagendra Singh, who talked about navigating AI in ECCE and shared wonderful tools and shared and how those tools can help navigating AI into ECCE and how tools can help in early detection of social emotional issues, how tools can help make learning more engaging, and how educators can get learning material to captivate young minds. So all the tools shared by Sir were absolutely amazing. Side by side, I was trying a few which were new to even me. So thank you, Sir, for sharing all those wonderful tools. Then moving on to Sapna ma'am, our second keynote speaker. What a unique perspective. Definitely we cannot predict what jobs will lie ahead for our young learners, but we can predict the skill set, what these people will require 20 years down the line, 15 years down the line, and AI is definitely something they would work with. And when these people would be creators of AI, why not engage them, tell them what potential AI has? And you definitely, rightly put together the thoughts that why we need AI in ECCE and to what extent. Thank you for your beautiful perspective. A huge salute to Mrunal, to you. All the schools which are blessed with best of technologies are still not able to use the way you have used it in your classroom. A rural school, limited resources, but I must say what an inspiring journey. And even we all are now motivated to use technology to empower each and every child in our school to make learning inclusive for each and everyone. Thank you so very much for coming and inspiring us. And Vipul sir talked about AI as a companion. AI has proven to improve skill, literacy, curiosity, emotional intelligence, and engagement level. And sir also talked about how robots can give physical assistance for social interaction, and the beautiful perspective about storytelling, striking a balance between screen time and how human touch can make finally all the difference. Thank you for wonderful thoughts, sir. And the advantages that you talked about in terms of early detection of learning disabilities, personalized recommendation in terms of learning styles and assessment. Everything was so useful for everyone in the room, I would say. Moving on to Vinita, I think Vinita, you spoke about the role of teacher as a life coach and your unique perspectives to, and when you said that, AI can help as a companion to cater to different need of learners in our class. Definitely, we have 40-50 learners who all have different learning style and different needs. But the way you showcased that how some of the beautiful tools like reading coach, presenter coach, immersive reader, definitely you are a true SDG4 ambassador, fighting for making learning inclusive and accessible to all our children. Thanks to you for sharing your wonderful perspective. Moving ahead, Maya ma'am talked about beautiful and thought-provoking questions to actually make us reflect what is the actual need of AI in ECCE, what we need and what we don't need, what is only relevant to senior school. While people talk a lot about in conferences where we talk about, senior children or students using AI for doing their assignments or taking help. So I had a just weird thought. There were times, when ma'am said that she gave an example of how education has come a long way over 150 years. I was also thinking when my mother was in her childhood, she would take help from her grandparents or parents. When we were in school, we would take help from parents, from library books and teachers. What if now one more companion for these children are added to seek help as far as support in terms of teaching learning is required, which is AI? Then why are we making a hue and cry about it? We should also take it as one of the companion in the list which we already had: grandmother, parents, teachers. So one more companion is AI. So definitely, ma'am, for giving that perspective and talking about the challenges pertaining to AI in ECCE. Wonderful perspective that you brought in about bias, inequality, limited cultural and linguistic sensitivity, dependency, lack of infrastructure, and loss of human connection. I'm sure we all will be very mindful of these challenges and leverage AI in meaningful ways. And thank you for sharing that wonderful chart of 5 competencies for SEL. We are so grateful for all your contributions. And Paramjeet ma'am, always bringing excellent energy and motivating all of us to go beyond our potentials and go a little extra mile to do best by our children. And your examples of use of digital assistant, Adobe Express for storytelling, Minecraft, 3D Bear were definitely, added cherry to the cake. And I'm personally very motivated to use all of this with my young learners. Thank you so very much for being here and inspiring all of us. Dr. Seni, your examples of speech to text, text to speech, real-time speech translation, making education more accessible. I have listed so many things, and I think all beautiful examples that you gave. Thank you so very much once again. So on behalf of Team Navtika and Sylvan Education Trust, I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to our eminent keynote speakers, panelists, school leaders, educators, parents, caregivers, and everyone who has joined us from different parts of the country today. I apologize that we overshooted the time, but I think it was worthwhile listening to all our wonderful speakers. We look forward to have you joining us for Navtika Symposium 4.0 and many more to come in future. I also wish to inform you that under the banner of Navtika, we also do a podcast, monthly podcast, where our subject experts, authors of Navtika, are interviewed on the subject matter, and you then get deep insight into the topic. So I would request the IT team to share the link of Navtika podcast and also the link of quiz and feedback form. So there are 2 kinds of forms. Be mindful to fill both of those. Feedback form is for your attendance. You will get a certificate of participation. And quiz is, as Rashi mentioned in the beginning, is a little surprise. If you attempt the quiz and you get 75% of marks as per your responses, you will get a special certificate of appreciation. So I would like to repeat by saying there are two forms. Form of certificate of participation will be issued based on feedback form, and certificate of appreciation will be issued based on your responses in the quiz. And both the links would be open till Monday. After that, it will be closed. Monday morning by 11 a.m. You can fill in your responses. And once again, on behalf of Navtika and Sylvan Education Trust, a heartfelt thank to everyone for joining us and making this event a memorable one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.